In 2017, we paid my wife's mother a small amount of it for administrative services on 1099. So we're not going to discuss whether she's an employee or a contractor. We're just going to say, okay, my wife and I are the only employees of the company currently, but was wondering if we could get around the self-employment tax if we made her mother a direct part-time employee. The answer is no. You either pay it as, or she pays it. So if you 1099'd her, it's her responsibility to pay the Social Security and the Medicare. If you pay her as an employee, you're paying half and she's paying half, and it's being withheld. And so if I'm you and I want to get money to mom, I'm probably going to say, hey, can I rent her house for a meeting? And I'm going to 288 it, which means I'm going to give her tax-free income. That's it. Or I'm going to have her sit on the board, and your next part of this question comes up where you say, hey, I want to do health benefit plan. This is what's called a fringe benefit, and depending on the type of company, it might be taxable or non-taxable. But let's just assume that this is a C Corp where you enter into a 105 plan, which is a medical reimbursement plan. You're going to have to comport with the ACA, meaning that everybody has insurance, or that the company's at least providing some basic coverage. And it's going to be really tough because there's very few people that provide coverage under group plans. What I'd probably say is you're going to go with the faith-based, or they're going to already have insurance coverage.
So what the ACA says is that you have to cover, if you have a group plan, you have to cover full-time employees. You do not have to cover part-time employees.
I don't know if you can. I guess you could.
You can cover them. I did double check on that, so you can cover them. You can opt to do it. I think a couple things are going to happen if you add your mother-in-law to it. I think it's going to make your group rates much higher.
Well, here's the thing. If you don't have mother-in-law and it's just you and a wife, then you don't have to worry about the ACA. Because you're exempt. If you bring mom on as an employee, now you have a little bit of an issue. So I'd be looking at other ways to get it to mom.
Yeah.
But now if she is on, then any benefit you give yourself, you have to give her, unless she's less than 1,000 hours, in which case you don't have to give it. You just treat her like she's not there, in which case that defeats the purpose. You want to give her something. What you could do, though, is if she is an employee and you don't even have to pay her a wage to do this, you give her other fringe benefits, like, again, home office and or a cell phone, computers, things like that. So, like, there's ways to get money to somebody that is not what you necessarily think. Could the health benefits be provided? Yes, it sounds like they could. They
could be.
I don't know if there's a minimum. No, you know what? You're right, because I've looked at this. There was an audit where the guy, all he did was work for his medical benefits. And there wasn't an hour requirement. He was like 5 hours a week or something. So less than 1,000 hours, you're not required to give it to him. Over 1,000 hours, I think you're into that point where you're probably going to be required. I forget the exact, so don't quote me on that, but it's something around that.